Hey guys, Tony here. So someone from my Patreon actually asked me about the total market cap, and if I ever do TA on the total crypto market cap. And it was kind of interesting because I've never actually really looked at this chart before, and I wanted to see what kind of a forecast, just by doing very, very, very basic TA. What kind of a forecast we can expect from using historical runs and compared to what's happening right now. So the beautiful part right now is that September does look like it's going to be closing a bullish month according to the crypto total market cap. You can search up the ticker by yourself. It's the ticker symbol is TOTAL or total. But I wanted to do a really quick measure of what the previous runs have looked like, how far they've actually ran, and what was the actual increase or multiple that we can see from every single one. If there's like an average of like a historical run from before. So again, let's see, I don't want to use that. So right here, so we are at, so this previous run took us from a market cap from back in April 1st of last year, 2020, when we had some nice lows from the pandemic. It took us from a total market cap of 157 billion to 2.4 trillion. So we had a little bit more than a full 100% gain from there on the total market cap from before. Let me see, the last time we closed the bullish month right here to the previous high, which was right there, 120 days out. Let me see. And then from before, this one seems like to be a little bit longer. So it seems like every single rally is actually getting, every single push to the upside is taking less and less time, which is actually really good for crypto, because that means that every single push or every single gain that you would theoretically see, every single rally is actually pushing you super, super high to the upside in way less time, which means that the accumulation of crypto and the mainstream of it is actually being accepted a lot over time. So the very first instance that we had of this, and I'm not going to really go too much further back, I'm only going back to 2016. So the very first instance, we had a push of, it was 3,768% in about 456 days. This seems to be like I said, if we could, I'm going to show you guys the trend here, right? It seems to be going down significantly as far as time goes. So we went up about a 37x in a little bit over like a year and a half, right? 456 days. The second push to the upside after we closed that bullish month, back on February. So February 2019, we closed the bullish month, and we actually rallied about a 4x in 120 days. So as of right now, using the previous historical moves, we can kind of sort of expect, see, the first time we did a 4,000%, this time we did a 4x. So it looks like every single time, well, at least in the last two historical runs, it's been roughly, 37x, a 4x, and then a 15x from those March lows or those April lows of last year. At minimum, I think I already did a TA where I saw that Bitcoin historically rallies anywhere between a 3x to a 15x from the lowest point of the lows during the bear cycle, right? This is still the bear cycle. The lowest point of here would be like a 20. I think when Bitcoin was at its low during the crash back in this year, I think it was the lowest point that it reached was around 28,000. So I do think minimum Bitcoin is going to do a 3x if it closes a bullish month by itself. As we know, Ethereum is leading. So, we'll see what happens and how things get like super interesting. But this last run from April of last year to now, you basically did a 15x. And on average, it seems like the rallies last, 456 days, 120, 395. So generally it's going to be anywhere between 120 days to max of about 450 days. So I'd say anywhere in between that, you're going to see some pretty solid moves, if this actually closes on the bullish side for the total market cap of crypto. Keep in mind though, we are actually closing on an overextended stochastic. So the last time this happened, we rallied that 37x from those lows, right? And we rallied what? It took a year and a half. So I think at minimum, you know, if we actually close a total market cap at a bullish month for September, I think we have a solid minimum, I'd say like a 4x gain from here, at least from the total market cap. I don't know where the actual gains are going to come from, what crypto, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're looking at possibly an average of a 4x return, probably if you're diversified, after this bullish month closes for September, within the next roughly year and a half or so. Again, historically, that's what it showed us. And I think it's a possibility, a very big possibility, that it happens again. And I think I'm kind of underwhelming it, where I think it's going to be a 4x. I think it's actually going to be, you know, something a little bit higher than that. So total market valuation right now is a little bit under 3 trillion. I think if we do end up crossing or closing a bullish month for September, I think within the next 2 years, the total market cap of crypto is going to be closer to 10 million, anywhere between 10 to 15 million. And I can say with certainty, right? Because you guys know I'm a historical momentum trader. That's how I trade my plays, by historical movements. Generally, I find that's how you are the most accurate, right? By using historical movements to actually determine a future forecast. Obviously, there's a lot of different variables, but this is something that's been working for me for a very long time. And I feel like a lot of people don't trade historical patterns like they should, or at least they don't understand, right? Which is completely fine. Everybody has a different way of trading. But for me, at least, I like to think that I'm pretty accurate. So, you know, I'll stick with this guess or this forecast. I say that within 2 years, it seems very probable that the total market cap of crypto is going to be anywhere between 10 million plus $10 trillion and higher. And I actually think a big chunk of that is going to be due to, you know, obviously NFTs getting popular, but I think a lot of NFT gaming stuff is going to really blow up within the next 2 years. And I think it's going to be absolutely insane, you know, what's going to happen with blockchain games and, you know, NFT stuff, where you guys can build basically your own like your own sword or something in the game, and you can sell it to somebody else, right? Because before, like, for example, let's say Minecraft or Rocket League, for example, if I wanted, you know, something in Rocket League, I would buy it for myself, and I would not be able to sell that to anybody else, right? And for rarity of items, I can trade it to somebody, you know, for like 10 items, and I'll give them 1 item, right? But you can't sell it for actual money. And the crazy part is right now is that, you know, if the NFT integration with gaming actually blows up, which I think it will, I think you're gonna see a pretty solid, you know, kind of interference in a lot of the gaming on the internet and just in general. I think it's gonna be the biggest blow up of in the next 2 to 3 years. I think blockchain gaming is gonna go absolutely insane, and I think the markets just on gaming is going to be worth trillions. I think it's going to be something insanely massive. But again, historically, after a bullish close on a month like this, minimum, you can see the total market cap of crypto rallying for like 120 days up to 400 and something days, like 450. So like I said, closer to a year into, I would put the forecast for, you know, about a year and a half, that you see the crypto overall rally for another year or two, right? And minimum, I'd say that you can do an easy, you know, 3-4x from wherever we are here. As far as where that actual money or where those multiples are going to come from, nobody knows, right? It can all go into Bitcoin. It could all go into Ethereum. You know, it's going to be split up, obviously, but I gotta say that it looks really, really, really good right now. This is what I would essentially call a Willy Wonka golden ticket, where everything is kind of aligning for crypto. And I think in the next 2 years, you're gonna see some absolutely insane results. I'll see you guys later. Bye.